Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the CPS report. And today I'm doing another fight content, breaking down UFC 294 Prochazka versus Pereira. Look, I am amped for this one because the main event, as you all know, John Jones took an unfortunate injury, which had made him have to step out of the fight, so then he replaced it with a fantastic co-main event. But I'll get to that. I'm gonna break down the main card mainly because there are just exciting fights all around on the main card. Starting with the featherweight featured bout between Diego Lopez and Pat Sabatini. Oh, excuse me. Oh, just had some water. Oh, pardon me. This fight is good. This fight is quite attractive to watch just because both fighters are really good and they actually oppose each other with counter threats, being that Diego Lopez, we know he's a really good striker, fantastic coming off back-to-back wins. Just like displays good boxing, good kickboxing. His output is really fantastic, and also like his ability to grapple. I think he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I'm not mistaken. He's fantastic. I mean, he's got a 55% percent rate of submissions, which is really good. I mean, with having 8 wins by knockout, 12 wins by submission. If you ask me, with the record having 22-6, that's a high number of wins by submission. So he's no slouch he's not shy or scared of being on the mat, having his back to the mat. I think Diego Lopez impressed me on his debut. And I really think that he's a good fighter for the featherweight division. So I think he's gonna challenge and maybe become a high contender for that division. Not quite yet, but he certainly has the makings of it. It's just a matter of which fighters he gets at what time of his career, and he's injury free. Might just take him quite far in the UFC. His opponent, Pat Sabatini. Look, straight up, I haven't seen this guy fight before, but just based off his record of being 18-0 and having also a very, very high submission rate, 11 wins with submission, which is fantastic. It's also for almost 50% of his wins are submissions. Which indicates that he's a all-out grappler. Should have good power. We know he has good power. But I think his key to victory for this fight is to grapple. It may not be the easiest thing simply because that Diego Lopez, jiu-jitsu specialist, man. The guy knows how to grapple. So for me, it's split down the middle. Not too sure who's going to take it. Just hope to see a fantastic fight between the two guys. Moving on up the card, we have Matt Frevola versus Benoit, the God of War, Saint-Denis. Aggressive grappler. We know that he's an aggressive grappler. Good record, 12-1. Power is there. His last show in France, he looked a little shy. He looked like a dude, like the fact that I'm fighting in my home ground and it's such a big pay-per-view. The lights are there, but he got the victory nonetheless. We know he's a beast. The guy can crack, and we know that he's no stranger to the grappling side of it either. Matt Frevola, we know as well. Dude's a dog. Always shows up. He's always fight ready. Also, fantastic boxer. He also has very good numbers in terms of his boxing prowess, of the significant strikes. Landed with 3.72 strikes per minute. So he's not standing still, and he's not chasing shadows either. The dude most of the time he's always pushing the pace, having a very high upkeep of pressure, which allows him to throw his boxing combinations. Who do I think is going to win? Oof, tough to say. Very tough to say, because Benoit does have it in him to sometimes freeze. But let's see. I could be chewing my words come this weekend. So let's see what happens. This fight does have the makings of being one of the fights to watch for the card, on the main card. Then we have the featured bout before the co-main event between Jessica Andrade and Mackenzie Dern. Now, we all know these two fights. Jessica Andrade has been in and around the title contention for the longest time. For the most part of her career, really, she's been fighting champions all the time, taking losses to champions. So she pretty much has the making, or not the making, she's got the knowledge after taking all those losses to those champions of what it's like to be in fights that are high level like champions. Mackenzie Dern hasn't done that yet, but we know Mackenzie Dern being jiu-jitsu world champion has fantastic grappling, so we know her jiu-jitsu and grappling is just almost second to none in her division. However, she's now also increased her striking ability, so she boxes really well, she's throwing good kicks, and she will always have the jiu-jitsu to fall back on if she gets into trouble, gets rocked, gets cracked, which is a very high chance in this fight because Jessica Andrade hits like a freaking tank. Even though she's not that tall, she packs one of the strongest punches in the strawweight division. If not, I think she has the strongest punch in the strawweight division. And going up Mackenzie Dern, it's a Brazil, so it should be a nice explosive fight. We know Brazilians are very passionate people, also breed brilliant sports athletes, especially in combat sports and especially in jiu-jitsu. I just hope that I hope that Mackenzie Dern doesn't give Jessica the ability to slam her. I hope she keeps it on the feet for as long as she can to avoid Andrade's forward pressure, especially her left lunging hook that she always throws, her finisher. Left lunging hook, down to the body, up with the hook again, and she closes with the right hook. Jessica, her strikes aren't necessarily straight down the pipe, so Mackenzie Dern should work on that. I'm sure she has in the training camp. She notices that a lot of Jessica's strikes comes from around and far and wide movements. Because we know she possesses insane amount of power. Mackenzie, a key to the victory in this fight is to weather the storm of the first round and then utilize boxing combinations along with threatening the takedown to eventually land the takedown and finish it on the ground. Big fight to watch. Can't really tip it to either one because it's top of the table clash. So let's see. That's going to be an exciting fight for sure. Co-main event. The big guys. The heavyweight bout, interim title fight between Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall. Just the thought of this fight gets me really excited because we know Tom Aspinall. It's been a very long time. I can't even recall heavyweights that move as quickly as Tom does. That has the ability to in and out and also still have freak of a power. Like every fight he's been in, as soon as he touches the guy, and the opponent just falls down and just can't compete anymore. It's so strange. The only thing I would hope for this fight hope that what doesn't happen in this fight is that neither fighter gets some weird freak injury that just doesn't let the fight go on, and then we don't get to see a masterclass of two high level fighters in the heavyweight division. Sergey, scary dude, scary dude. Knockout power, high volume. Oh my word. Amazing takedown defense and also amazing takedown pressure, forward wrestling pressure. His key to victory is like he's always been: stay poised, don't allow Tom to sort of dictate the pace of the fight, because if you do, Tom puts on a high pace and eventually it starts wearing out on the opponent. So Sergey, forward pressure, don't go on the back foot. Utilize your long length of boxing. Sergey also has a habit of coming in wide with his strikes, whereas Tom Aspinall is a little quicker in the pocket, a little shorter in the pocket. I think Sergey has more of a reach advantage. So the fight kind of builds itself around where either fighter has the necessary tools to win. So they kind of possess the right amount of threats for each other and the right amount of defenses. I hope it doesn't cancel itself out. The thing that makes me think like it won't cancel each other out is that both fighters go for the finish. Tom and Sergey, they don't fight just to score their points. They both like to end fights. Tom hasn't gone longer than in the UFC, from what I could understand. I think only goes 1 or 2 rounds. We haven't seen him go the full length of 5 rounds. That doesn't mean I'm saying that he doesn't have the ability to do it. I surely think he does have the ability to go 5 rounds without really breaking the sweat. And the same can be said for Sergey. It's just a mouth-watering clash for me, honestly. I can't stress enough for all you fight fans out there to pay attention to this one, because this is going to set up the remainder for the heavyweight division. John Jones and Stipe, although they are kings of the division and high level, and Von Gamin, these guys are high level fighters in the heavyweight division. I just feel that Stipe and John Jones don't have that much of a run left. If anything, probably maximum 3 to 5 fights in them for the remainder of their career before they start moving into coaching. And then I think the fight that we've seen between Sergey and Tom would basically set up your top 3 guys, with the two of them along with Von Gamin, Cyril Gane. I think those are the 3 guys that are going to pretty much run the heavyweight division. Curtis Blades as well is another name we can put in there. Fight to pick. Even UFC doesn't give you the odds. I'm sure there's going to be odds later in the week, but my pick will most likely lean towards Tom, but I don't really think it's going to be all that easy. I think it's going to be a lot closer. If anything, it's going to be a jaw-dropping fight regardless. So moving on to the main event, light heavyweight title bout between Yuri Prochazka and Alex Poatan Pereira. This fight, as you can tell, this is also getting me super amped, because this is high freaking level. I can't stress it enough. We know the power that Alex Pereira has. He can knock out anyone under the sun. Dangerous fighter, scary man to be up against. Tall, lengthy, fantastic reach, unorthodox striking, dynamite of a left hook. And we can see in the latest embedded episodes that has been out, he's working on a lot of pace, a lot of volume, and a lot of pressure. These are keys to victory for most fighters. The only thing that I'm worried about in this fight for Poatan is Yuri Prochazka is difficult to put away. And he knows how to wrestle. He knows how to do jiu-jitsu. He can grapple. He knows how to win the fight in different ways other than just knocking someone out. That doesn't mean I'm diminishing the threats that Alex Pereira presents. I'm just worried that if he focuses only on getting the fight done on the feet, I hope he's not neglecting the possibility of being taken down and submitted from Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka is the champion, even though they're fighting for the vacant title. I think he was the champion. He had to give it up for the injury, and up until that point, he was looking like a tough puzzle to beat. The only other fighter that I would say is closest to beating him, or if not that can beat him, is Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is also the unfortunately he had to give up the title, but in my mind, unnamed champion. Like I said, in the heavyweight, those are the guys in the light heavyweight division at the moment that look like the 3 toughest fighters to watch or to beat in the UFC. Yuri Prochazka, again, weird unorthodox striking. So he has elbows, he has, the boxing, the kickboxing, and he's also got what appears to have very, very good stamina to last the 5 rounds. I think also what needs to be mentioned is Yuri has a wonderful will, but also a wonderful mindset when he approaches these fights. I'm just a big fan of how he approaches them. And he also, what I really love is that he eliminates all the hostility of the fights. He makes it very much traditional. It's about the art. It's about, going in there and sharing something with your opponent, and afterwards you can discuss and say, thank you for that fight. Win or lose. I just like what he stands for. So this fight should really make up to be a good curtain closer for UFC 295. Pick for the win. It's a coin toss for me, really. Both guys can knock each other out. I just think for Poatan, we know that he has the ability to knock anyone out, and that is his biggest strength. So you always have that in your back pocket. I think he needs to focus a lot on not getting taken down by Yuri and try and keep the fight a stand-up fight, and then it will basically increase his chances of actually taking the title home. For Yuri, just do Yuri things. Overwhelming strikes, constant pace, durable, grappling. There's a lot of tools that he can utilize to secure the victory here. If either guy is injury-free, it should make for a very explosive fight for the light heavyweight title bout. So yeah, that's my thoughts on UFC 295. Guys, thank you for liking, comment, share, and subscribe. Show your support. Help us get to our first 1,000 likes. Much love, much respect, and I hope to see your comments and hear what you guys have to say after watching this mouth-watering card. Take care, be safe, much love. Peace.